Good morning everyone. Today we are going to study about different type of functions, how we can different ways of declaring function. So first you see function without argument and without return. To do this, first of all you have to define function. This is the function definition part and this is the function calling part. So when this function 1 will be called, then it will go to function 1 here, and the body, inside the body there is print statement, print hello. That body statement will be executed. See the output. First we will click on this run. See here, output is hello. So I hope you understood function without argument and without return. Now next point is function with argument and without return. Here you see one function definition is area is there, function name area is there, and in this what we have done, this is the calling part. As we will call the area function with the argument 10 and 20 respectively, this 10 will go to the L and 20 will go to the B. Then in area variable L into B will be multiplied and area will be printed. So here you see with argument and without return, because here we are passing the argument in function calling. So argument is passing respectively here and there is no return statement is there. So this is function with argument and without return. Then next is function with argument and with return. This is the definition of the function. Then this is the calling part. As we are calling area 10 20, then 10 will go to L and 20 will go to the B. So 10 into 20, the area will be printed, return R area. That means whatever the result that will be returned through this statement. So you see here, suppose that 10 and 20, 10 will go here, 20 will go here, 10 into 20, the result will come in area and that will be returned, and respectively it will come to the B and B will be printed. So first see this output of this. Here it is the output 200. 200 is the output. Again I am telling this, please see here, as we are calling this function area, it is going here, taking the value of L into B, L and B, then L into B will be printed here and it will be returned. The value inside AR will be returned and it will go to the B, and print B statement will print that value. I hope you understood this. Next one is function without argument and with return. Without argument, no argument is here. So calling time also, it is the calling time. So calling time also, here no argument is there. So when this area function will be called, it will go here and then L is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, area is equal to L into B. Then return AR, the value after multiplication will store in the AR and it will be returned here, and print B. So it will also give 10 into 20, that is 200. This is the code. See the output. See here, 200. This is the result. Now see last one, function with argument and with return multiple values. So in this we have defined a function called area again, and here we are returning two values, area and perimeter. First area will be find out, then perimeter will be find out, then two return values AR and P respectively. So here calling time also we are taking two value B and C, two variable B and C, and the result will come respectively. As I am returning, first we are returning area, so area will stored in B, and then we are returning perimeter, perimeter will come in C, then print B comma C, then respectively it will give the result. So please see the output first. See here, 200 and 60. So 200 is area, 200 is area and this is the parameter is 60. I hope you understood. Our next topic is different types of function arguments, the arguments that we passed inside the function. So we are starting with the positional argument. What is the meaning of this positional argument? So here you see we have defined a function called sum. In this, two parameters are there, 20 and 10. We are calling the function sum with the two parameters 20 and 10. It will go here 20 and 10. In positional word, there should be a proper order. Like I have declared here a, b, and suppose a is integer, b is float. Calling time also here it should be integer and it should be float, so that there should not be any mismatch. That's why it is called positional. So respectively 20 is an integer variable, it will go to the a. Then 10 is also an integer variable, it will go to the b. There will be no confusion. Then it will be subtraction part will be here, then print c. So this is called positional. Second is default arguments. What is the meaning of default arguments? Default arguments means suppose that if you are not initializing anything, or if you are initializing something here like b is equal to 5, that value will be taken here. I am showing you. First see this. This entire part is called function definition, and this is function calling. See here, three parameters are there, a, b and c. So as I am calling the function sum, first 12 will pass to a, 7 will pass to b, and 1 will pass to e. Now you see the value of a will be 12, the value of b will be 7, and value of e will be 1. Now you see the calculation. If you calculate it with the value 12, 7 and 1, the output will come 20. So as I am running this, see the output is 20. Output is 20. If suppose that I am not passing this argument here, the value e I have not passed here, just I have passed two argument here, but here you see three arguments are there, 1, 2, 3. From here we are passing only two argument, 12 and 7. As we are passing 12 will go to a and 7 will go to b. But what for this third argument e, the value will taken from here. That is called default argument, means it is initialized here. Now you see the result. It is here 27. That means 12 plus 7, 19, 19 plus 8, that is 27. 27 is the result. That is default argument. I hope you understood default arguments. The next one is keyword arguments. Keyword arguments means here we have at calling time we have to give the keywords, means variable name. Like see here, in defining time I have taken a, b is equal to 5, e is equal to 8. Then calling time b is equal to 2. B is equal to 2 means b is at second position, but the value b is equal to 2 will go to the b respectively. So here like positional there is no problem, because anywhere you can give it money. No, you don't have to maintain a proper sequence, proper order with the name, with the keyword name, like b is equal to 2, a is equal to 7. Anywhere, any order you can define it. B is equal to 2 respectively, this 2 will go to b. Then a is equal to 7, this 7 will go to a, and e is equal to 3, this 3 will go to e. This is called keyword arguments. Next, the last argument type is variable length argument. Variable length argument is what actually, like see here I am calling function many times with different type of arguments. First without argument, second single argument, 2 arguments, 3 arguments, 4 arguments. When I am calling this first one, no argument is here, it will go here, means n is 0, I in n means 0 time, so total will be still 0. Total will be still 0. As you call this function, as I am running this, C total is 0. Next time sum is equal to sum 10, that means this 10 value will go here, 10 is coming here, then it will take I in n, means the value of I will be 10. Total is equal to total plus 10, that means total is 10. So second value is 10 here. Similarly 10 20, if you'll pass 10 20, I will be first 10, then I will be 20. So 10 plus 20 30, so the result is 30. Similarly it will work with like this, it will work with this also same way. So I hope you understood different types of arguments here. Thank you very much.